Ever heard of a prison cell with a view? Sounds crazy, right? Welcome to the world of luxury prisons where the wealthy experience incarceration very differently. Forget cramped cells and gruel, think private chefs, spacious suites, and even golf courses. These facilities exist catering to the upper echelons of society who find themselves on the wrong side of the law. It's a stark contrast to the overcrowded, underfunded prisons most inmates face. This isn't just about comfort, it's about a fundamental difference in how justice is served. Is it fair that money can buy a less punishing experience for even serious crimes? Let's dive in. Forget orange jumpsuits and bland meals. Luxury prisons offer amenities that rival upscale hotels. Think private rooms, not cells, often with queen-size beds, high thread count sheets, and ensuite bathrooms. Entertainment options abound, from flat-screen TVs with cable to game consoles and personal computers. Gourmet meals prepared by on-site chefs replace the standard prison fare. Some facilities even boast swimming pools, fitness centers, and libraries stocked with the latest bestsellers, but it doesn't stop there. Imagine manicured gardens for leisurely strolls, private phone lines for confidential conversations, and even access to personal trainers and beauticians. These prisons redefine the meaning of doing time. While the United States is no stranger to luxury prisons, the phenomenon isn't confined to American borders. Countries like Austria, Switzerland, and Germany also boast facilities offering a more comfortable incarceration experience. For instance, Justice Center Leoben in Austria is renowned for its spacious cells, each with a balcony, kitchenette, and private bathroom. The facility prioritizes rehabilitation, offering extensive educational and vocational programs. In Santa Ana, California, inmates at the pay-to-stay Seal Beach facility can enjoy upgraded meals, private cells, and access to a well-stocked commissary, all for a hefty fee. These examples highlight the global reach of this controversial approach to criminal justice. The stark contrast between luxury prisons and standard correctional facilities lays bare the inequalities within the justice system. While the wealthy can afford to serve their sentences in relative comfort, the average inmate faces overcrowding, violence, and limited access to basic necessities. Imagine swapping a cramped shared cell for a private suite with a view. Picture trading bland, mass-produced meals for chef-prepared dishes. Envision replacing the constant threat of violence with a sense of security and order. This disparity raises serious questions about fairness and equal treatment under the law. Is justice truly blind when the wealthy can buy their way out of the harsher realities of prison life? Section 5, the price of freedom. Justifying the luxuries, proponents of luxury prisons argue that these facilities offer several benefits. They claim that the calmer environment reduces violence and promotes rehabilitation. They also point to the revenue generated by pay-to-stay programs, which can help fund under-resourced prisons. Furthermore, some argue that these facilities allow white-collar criminals to maintain business ties, potentially mitigating the economic impact of their incarceration. They contend that offering certain comforts can encourage cooperation and reduce the burden on taxpayers. However, these arguments fail to address the fundamental issue of inequality and the perception that justice is for sale. Section 6, leveling the playing field, ethical and legal concerns. The existence of luxury prisons raises a plethora of ethical and legal concerns. Critics argue that they create a two-tiered system of justice, where the wealthy can essentially buy their way out of punishment. This disparity undermines the principle of equal justice for all, eroding public trust in the legal system. Furthermore, the luxurious conditions can be seen as minimizing the severity of the crimes committed, sending a message that the wealthy are above the law. Legally, the question of whether these facilities constitute cruel and unusual punishment for those in standard prisons remains a subject of debate. The potential for corruption and preferential treatment within these institutions also raises concerns about accountability and oversight. Section 7, notable guests when privilege meets punishment. Over the years, several high-profile individuals have experienced the unique brand of justice offered by luxury prisons. Their cases provide a glimpse into the world of privileged incarceration and spark further debate about fairness and accountability. One such example is Michael Milken, the financier convicted of insider trading in the 1980s. He served his 2-year sentence at a minimum security facility in California, where he enjoyed amenities like tennis courts and a library. While specific details about the experiences of those incarcerated in luxury prisons are often kept under wraps, these cases highlight the stark contrast between the consequences faced by the wealthy and the average inmate. Section 8, beyond the walls, societal impact of luxury incarceration. The existence of luxury prisons has far-reaching societal implications extending beyond the walls of these facilities. They perpetuate a system where justice is seemingly determined by wealth rather than the severity of the crime. This disparity erodes public trust in the legal system, fostering a sense of cynicism and resentment. When the wealthy can buy their way out of hardship, it undermines the principle of equal justice for all, a cornerstone of a fair and equitable society. Moreover, the normalization of luxury incarceration risks desensitizing the public to the realities of the justice system. It creates a dangerous precedent where punishment becomes a matter of privilege rather than a consequence of wrongdoing. Section 9. The illusion of reform, rehabilitation, or recreation. Advocates for luxury prisons often tout their rehabilitative benefits, arguing that a less stressful environment fosters personal growth and reduces recidivism. However, this argument ignores the fundamental purpose of incarceration, punishment, and deterrence. While rehabilitation should be a goal of any correctional system, it shouldn't come at the expense of accountability and justice. Luxury prisons, with their comfortable amenities and lack of hardship, create the illusion of reform while potentially failing to address the root causes of criminal behavior. Instead of focusing on creating a comfortable environment for the privileged few, resources should be directed toward improving conditions and expanding rehabilitative programs in standard prisons, ensuring that all inmates have a genuine opportunity for change. Section 10. A question of justice, equality, fairness, and the pursuit of impartiality. The debate surrounding luxury prisons ultimately boils down to a fundamental question. What does justice truly mean? Is it about punishment, rehabilitation, or deterrence? And can it ever be achieved when wealth dictates the severity of one's sentence? The pursuit of justice requires impartiality and equality under the law, regardless of one's socioeconomic status. Luxury prisons, by their very nature, contradict this principle, creating a two-tiered system where the wealthy can buy their way out of the harsher realities of incarceration. It's time to reevaluate our priorities and invest in a justice system that treats all individuals fairly and equitably, regardless of their bank accounts. Section 11. A final thought: rethinking justice in a world of disparities. The existence of luxury prisons serves as a stark reminder of the deep-seated inequalities within our justice system. While the wealthy can afford to serve their sentences in relative comfort, the average inmate faces overcrowding, violence, and limited access to basic necessities. It's a system that seems to prioritize profit over rehabilitation, privilege over equality. As we grapple with these uncomfortable truths, we must ask ourselves, is this the kind of justice system we want? One where punishment is a function of wealth rather than a consequence of wrongdoing? The time for reform is now. We need a justice system that treats all individuals fairly and equitably, regardless of their socioeconomic status. Only then can we truly claim to live in a just and equitable society.